Hey, you guys, you know me. I'm your neighbor. Oh my God, your fish is defender! He makes a face! Oh my God! Fish is defender! Threading the film. Running it. And running it in reverse here. There we go.
So I figured I'd run this coffee house and start, people would come in and see that I got a short story bookstore and people could pull the short stories from the books to make movies. So I got this thing open and got it running, and Tarantino and all these film stars would come in. That's how they started seeing these films. You're on the outside looking in again. Now they want you for sandwiches, they want you for lattes and cappuccinos, they don't want you because you're a great writer. Most of the films that I showed in my coffee house were the film noir, the Will and Debbie, Maltese Falcon. It's a real deep noir. It's a period of filmmaking that's really, for me, it's really intense. It says a lot about society. I'm trying to pull film noir into the fine art area. Am I going to sell this one for $6,000? Am I going to sell it $8,000? It affects work. For me, it doesn't work that way. I have to find a more street way to pull it off. And like I say, in most cases, it's almost guaranteed that in my lifetime, I may never pull it off. I have a Nevada corporation that has 75,000 shares. I would sell these shares from $5 to $10 per share. But this painting here needs to be supported by something financial. So I would lock on maybe 3,000, 4,000 shares onto this painting. Same as Fort Knox would say, we have bullion and we have dollar bills. Something backs up something else. So now I'm at a point now where I'm trying to get the fine art supported by some paper structure. Finding a basic value for what I think the painting is worth, even simple, based on my hourly rate and the time it takes to do it. Remember you asked me a question before how long it would take to do something like that? Yeah. Well, if you do something like that in 6 hours, and you're talking 15 to maybe $100 an hour, it's not worth very much. And that's the paper chase that you have to sort of kind of pull off. Arts and commerce. You're an artist or you're commercial. You're either fine art or commercial artist, but now I got to figure out a way to fuse the two of those together.
Man spends most of his time imitating. He imitates other men. He does it when he's a kid, and he does it, and for acceptance, he does many different things. But then there's that part of man that wants to create and discover. Discovery is the key word. Man has a strong urge and need to discover. So for an example, if you're out on the beach, you take maybe what a group of people who are connected to each other and who tend to imitate each other. They will walk along that beach and looking at the pebbles on the beach. Invariably, one will pick up a pebble that is unique and different than all the others. Right. And that's the one they say, hey, look at this. Isn't this interesting? But the things that are important in life are those things that are very simple. The complications that man creates prevents him from understanding basic simplicity. And I think that's where art comes in too. You take a sphere, a spheroid, you take a pyramid, you take a shape, you take a shadow of those. And it's very interesting, yet it's simple. And look at it in wonderment and say to yourself, if I ever make anything that profound, I will have done something. 23 and a half years I've been right in this building, and you know what?
What?
That's almost a quarter of a century.
How many more years are you going to stay in this building?
You mean physically?
Yeah.
Not long, but spiritually I may be here for another.
Viva la jackass. Hell, we got a couple of jackasses running our country. At least the jackasses over here are productive and not sending people off to die for oil and good old-fashioned American greed. Yes, of course we are, man. Of course we're getting ugly, because the world's getting smaller and more mean all the time. Technology ain't saving nothing just yet. Because while our technology is way up there, our humanity is way the fuck down here on the ground. Man. Duh. And obviously that's why we have problems getting along, because we can figure everything out except how to get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Dog, if we could just get our hearts right. Come on, man. We can text message motherfuckers all over the world, and yet we still ain't figured out how to have some kind of a common ground. You know what common ground is? A great meal, a great bottle of wine. Conversation, if you don't speak the same language, work that through a translator so y'all can at least talk about what you love.